Hello, everyone. Yes, former Labour Party chairman, Mr. Julius Abure, had a meeting with Mr. Minister of FCT, Nyesom, Wike. And people are just talking and like, okay, is there something coming on? Don't forget also the fact that Mr. Aburi has refused to vacate his seat and is holding on to Labour Party chairmanship in a way that for some they say they even a fraction, if two faction, the Abure faction and the Nena, the faction. And this particular conversation, I've gotten a lot of people talking. There are people who are saying that, okay, finally, it's showing and whatever. And also, is there going to be another coalition according to what Chidi Odikalo put out? Is there going to be another coalition? Is the Labour Party that is led by Abure going to be now say that, oh, they are now having a coalition with APC or whatever it is? But hey, there's nothing, legitimately or whatever wrong with a chairman of a party visiting FCT this thing. But the whole conversation that has gone on all around this whole Abure, whatever thing, APC, being controlled, being not being controlled, whatever it is what it is. I'm here to just talk about him. There's this person called Obiasogu David, and he had this to say. He put in out the picture that you're seeing there on your screen, the picture of Wike and Abure, having their meeting. And then he said, here's the story behind this picture, according to him, just explaining. The slim man on the right wearing white kaftan and a timid smile is Julius Abure. He used to be the national chairman of the Labour Party, a party that sprang from nowhere to become Nigeria's leading opposition, although until recently. And for me, let me just pause there and just say, this is honestly a party that was nothing, that was just merely party on paper. Nobody even recognized this thing until Mr. Peter Obi went to that party, sort of like breathed life into it, and it came up, and Nigerians were so excited, looking at it as a party that was going to be make a difference, that was going to be that hope that people were looking for. And then it turns down at the end of the day that it doesn't go that way. It then turns out everything just goes downhill. And this starting from people like especially like Mr. Abure, who felt they had to hold on to power. And for me, on a personal note, because this is someone that we literally canvassed the whole of Nigeria together with during the 2023 campaign, and hearing him, the way he spoke, the things he said, and seeing the action, they really don't match. This is someone who was talking about not being like other parties, focus on the growth of the party and Nigeria, not focus on holding on to power. And then it was time to now leave, and then all of a sudden he's clinging on to that power that he said he didn't want to. So I'm like, really? Why, if that's what you're going to do, why didn't you have the guts to say, this is who I am, this is what I'm going to do, and let that be on period, whatever anybody thinks? But like someone said to me that he was telling us the things that he knew we wanted to hear. He wasn't really being sincere, because I think of that person that we literally went around the country campaigning with, and the person, the behavior that is being exhibited now, they certainly different kind of things. So going back to this right now, he said before the 2023 presidential elections, the LP couldn't boast of a single elected official. Its leadership had a clique of beggarly political jobbers who fed from hand to mouth. That was really so true, particularly from the process of political transactions they did once every year. And this once every year would mean that when candidates in other parties, main parties, didn't win, then they will not still want to be candidates. They now come to these smaller parties and they participate in it. Though the 2022 electoral act, the electoral act as amended 2022 put a stop to that, to say if you've participated in the primaries of a party, then you are no longer eligible, to run in another primary. Julius Abure himself was battling poverty. For a man of his status, his shares from the once in 4 years political transactions were meager, not enough to sustain his poor life. He lived in a two-bedroom apartment and drove an old Toyota Sienna car that he overused with terrible mileage. Although according to Julius Abure, he wouldn't agree with this. He says he had money, he had this, that. I really don't know anything about his personal life or his finances. I know nothing about it. And then the write-up continues. Say Peter Obi adopted the Labour Party to contest for the 2023 presidential election, and Julius Abure underwent a rebirth. He went from being one of the idlest party chairmen in Nigeria to becoming the busiest. In a space of a month, he got a new SUV, furnished apartment, and lived on salary. Julius saw his life transformed in a short time, and he amassed even the vanities he hadn't dreamt of, including owning a land and a house in Abuja's choice locations, all made possible through Obi's influence. The LP jumped to become Nigeria's third largest party, having a governor, senators, reps, and state assembly members, all numbering over 60 officials. Obi won the election reality but lost on official papers. Tinubu ascended into office and declared Obi the #1 enemy who must be dislodged before the 2027 elections. Julius Abure was hit by false self-awareness. He realized that Obi was a target for both the government and the people, and the LP was a sought-after platform, and his greed was piqued. He wanted more, a lifetime gain, or you may call it generational wealth. He's in control of an asset that Tinubu wanted and was ready to give all for. He didn't mind sacrificing Obi's ambition and the mandate of Nigerians for the LP in pursuit of self-gain. So he availed himself for the purpose. And then Obi David continued by saying, it is rumored that that through him, state sponsors funded the crisis in the LP. They brought a few other principal officers of the party to fight Peter Obi and stifle his 2027 ambition. Aburi and his clique didn't and don't mind the enormous goodwill Obi's contesting order the LP will bring and the long-term benefit they would get if they backed him. For a pot of porridge, they sold their house. On the left is Wike, Nigeria's first minister to own 3 jobs in one circle: federal minister, godfather of his state, and president's special political strategist. He is the hand that controls the political court that emits the local sounds of politics in Tinubu's government. He is also the director of current political theatrical plays, The Dynamics and Stars. Julius Abure meeting Wike meant only one thing: Peter Obi must be stopped by all means inevitable. The picture was taken shortly after their closed-door meetings for 3 reasons. 1, to tickle Peter Obi's hard heart and his followers with caution and possibly some fears. 2, to draw attention to the fake political sagacity of Tinubu and Wike, his man Friday. And 3, to prove that Julius Abure is a lost sheep. The denouncement, hold on please. The denouncement of his theatrics will either offer a sweet surprise or a sorrowful stitch for the Nigerian audience who spectate while the political actors play chess with their future for self-aggrandizing. We hope this helps. So this is this is so what this particular person has said about this. But I'll just take on from that last part that he said to say, if we do nothing, we are going to sit down. Other people are going to make decisions on our behalf. Right now, there's a platform called ADC, and for me, I'm calling on everyone: embrace that platform, be on it, enter inside. Let's everybody come in the voting block. Let's have our own, whether obedient voting block, whatever voting block you want to call it in APC. Let's have it there. Let's be also part of the decision makers and ensure that the right thing is done by Nigeria. Let's get people running for office. Let's get people running for, state houses of assembly office, House of Rep, Senate, and all of that. Let's get people in there doing the things that we have to do for Nigeria. If we stay outside, the same set of people that have caused the problem will continue to be there, causing, being the ones to give the solution. And there's no how they can fully give solution to a problem they have caused. We need people who care about Nigeria, who have capacity, competence, capacity, character, courage, patriotism, who are ready to do that for Nigeria. Be on it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.